I'm Kushanta Gunawardana. I'm going to be your trainer, host for the rest of the course, 5 days. I'm working as a director of cybersecurity, public cloud, and training in Ciscare IT Solutions, Australia. We have actually managed service provider. We have over 150 customers around Australia, and we have our own data centers, both Melbourne and Sydney. And we have about 20 engineers working for Ciscare, and also recently we started cybersecurity arm for the company. So we will be soon offering cybersecurity as a service for Australia, not only limited to Australia, but initially starting with Australia, and also we'll be starting in Sri Lanka too. So we will be providing priority to our students when we are recruiting engineers from Sri Lanka for cybersecurity and managed services. All right. So I'm a Microsoft certified trainer and also certified EC Council instructor over 10 years. And I got, a range of certifications under my belt, mainly certified penetration tester professional and LPT master from EC Council. Those are the highest certifications from EC Council. And also I've got architect expert level certifications from Microsoft. So that's pretty much me. I have over 20 years experience in IT and cybersecurity domain over 12 years. So I'm going to be your instructor, and also I won EC Council Circle of Excellence Award in 2021. So as a recognition of you know uh, uh, delivering range of training for students all over the globe. That's pretty much me to give you some understanding about your trainer. During this course, we will be talking about 20 modules, guys. All right. So let me just show you 20 modules that we're going to be discussing during the course. First, we will be talking about introduction to ethical hacking to understand what is ethical hacking, because many people would want to learn cybersecurity, and also they want to, change probably their career to cybersecurity, but they want to get sort of hang of it. So this is the best course to be in if you want to start your career in cybersecurity, or if you want to change it. It's a really good course, and it's not very technical. I would say we are not writing any exploits. We are not developing scripts by our own. But in general, we will be covering entire domain of cybersecurity. So you would see here. So the hacking methodologies, starting off with footprinting, reconnaissance, scanning network, enumeration, and system hacking. I will be taking you through multiple operating system hacking, including Windows, Linux operating system, and also we'll be talking about Mac OS. Guys, the next thing is it's not like Microsoft or any other training, Microsoft, Cisco, and various other training. So those are vendor specific training, meaning Microsoft is taking you through their products. They've got their products. For example, Microsoft 365, Azure, they are, their own products, and they develop the training. But when it comes to security, it's a bit tricky in that case. Because the reason is I cannot be limiting to learning Windows, or we will not be able to, limiting ourselves to Linux or firewalls, intrusion detection systems, mobile phones. Pretty much cybersecurity is everywhere. So because of this reason, you need to have fair bit of understanding of everything. Here you see, we will be even talking about IoT, right? Internet of Everything and operation technology, IoT and OT hacking, SCADA systems, and hacking mobile platforms, wireless networks, web applications, and also bit of network level hacking, denial of service kind of attacks, human-based social engineering, malware threats, everything. Okay, so what EC Council has done, EC Council is the organization which offers cybersecurity. Now they are in version 12. It's pretty much matured course in that case, offered in over 140 countries around the globe. So it's a very matured course, and has higher level of recognition from various organizations, including FBI and Pentagon in US. So it's very well recognized course. And the next advantage that you have, the moment you have the certification in your resume, uh, you will get higher recognition. Now, let's say if you send your resume or CV to any organization for recruitment, or if you're looking for a job, you will stand out definitely, because certified ethical hacker program is not something that easily obtained, and also it's a bit expensive too. If you look at Sri Lankan currency, it's going to be very expensive, and it's 5 days, guys. So because of that, you need to determine that you're getting maximum out of it, right? So because and next thing is, I have conducted this training in various countries. Asia, I think about 14 countries I covered, and Australia, Malaysia, United Kingdom, Morocco, various countries, and Spain. So I've got students from all over the globe. Every module that I'm going to be talking or teaching, I will give you very good brief and understanding of what we are going to do. Because the reason is, if I talk about firewalls, probably here there can be people who are working with firewall daily basis, but there can be some people, they have heard about firewall, but they don't know what it does, right? Even if I ask the same question, what is firewall? From a per people who are working with firewalls every day, probably they will be bit much, they will have to just think about it. What is actually firewall? We are every day working with it, but what it exactly do, exactly does. Okay, because the thing is, nowadays with the higher level of competition, all these appliances comes with additional features. For example, if you look at a firewall, it's not only providing firewall functionality, it also does intrusion prevention, intrusion detection, even content filtering, geo filtering, and VPN access, everything. So that after some time, you will actually forget what really a firewall does. So I hope you understand, right? If you do see Certified Ethical Hacker version 12 training, you will be given end of the course exam voucher. It will help you to schedule exam at your convenience, and you will be given remote proctoring service, meaning your proctor will be online throughout the exam. So you can schedule exam and take exam from your home. Only thing is, you need a clear room. During the exam, no one allowed to come into the room. You can't use multiple monitors. You need to have clear desk. Probably your proctor would ask you to turn your camera and show him or her 360-degree in your room. Okay, is to see whether you're doing your exam in a fair way, right? That's it. So other than that, you can schedule the exam, and you need to have a good internet connection, stable one, reliable one, and then you can start exam. Okay, that is the exam, and then you don't have to pay anything additional, because exam voucher is part of this, right? I said before, there are three versions introduced with version 12 by Easy Council. First one is Certified Ethical Hacker Light version, meaning it will come with course materials, online labs, trainer delivery, plus exam voucher and remote proctoring, right? And then, since there are no participants from Pro, I'm not going to explain Pro. Pro is again similar, and all, even though you are doing light, elite, or Pro, it doesn't matter. Whichever you selected, the course material and the exam will be same. Course material, I'm repeat it again. Course material, training delivery, labs, everything will be same. There is no difference in content or exam. Only difference is you will get some additional features along with that, right? So the light will get only one attempt to the exam, and if you didn't pass, unfortunately. And by the way, guys, our passing rate is really, really high. So we've done, I think, hundreds and hundreds of students, a certified ethical hacker program, and the passing rate is over 95, I think close to 98. It doesn't mean that we support them in a different way. We don't do that. We never do that. But the passing rate is really high. And also some people pass with flying colors, no, it's close to 100% or 99%. And then there is another one called Certified Ethical Hacker, practical version of it, because the exam, in general, Certified Ethical Hacker program will be multiple choice questions. So it will be 4 hours and 150 questions in general, because this question number of questions can be a little change, I mean, different from one to one. Typically, average 125 questions for 4 hours, multiple choice questions, and you will not ask any lab. You don't have to perform any lab during the exam, and then but you will have to read through some scenarios. Scenario based questions will be there, but four multiple sorry, four answers, and all are multiple choice questions, right? So the passing score would be 70%. And if you score 70% or more, you're passed. You're clear the exam, and you will officially certified ethical hacker, after the exam. But end of 5 days training, just after the course, you will receive participatory certificate directly from EC Council. So it's from EC Council, not from Siskia. So that also acceptable in some other companies to see that you have completed the course. But in order to get official certificate from EC Council, you need to take your exam, as I said, and you can take exam after the course within 12 months, 1 year. And my advice is don't take your exam immediately after the course. That's how some people messed up the exam. So my advice is to take your exam just after the course, uh, about 2 to 3 months duration, 2 to 3 months. Don't do it immediately, or don't postpone it for many donkey months, like 10 or 11 months. And the chances are there are some people, they never did the exam, because the reason is, even though our team constantly followed them up, they were just postponing because due to various reasons, guys. We never know what will happen, I mean, in the future, because you will get sick, you will have some other commitment, your wife is pregnant, so you have to stay with her, I don't know. There are so many unforeseen situations can occur, and sometimes you might have to um, go abroad for studies, or go abroad for work. You can get lots of work in the working place. There are so many reasons. So because of that, for safe side, take your exam within 2 to 3 months, and we will, during the course, I will be highlighting the areas that you would be, referring to in order to obtain higher marks. And then if you take the other exam is Certified Ethical Hacker Practical one, also known as Certified Ethical Hacker Master. So that is not part of this course. I mean, the exam voucher for that you will not receive as a part of this course, right? That will be now, if you are planning to take a practical version of Certified Ethical Hacker, you will have to pay something extra, I think about $200, as I remember. I'm not very sure. If you really want to, you can check with our team. So then you can take the practical exam of Certified Ethical Hacker. Then you will be performing real practical stuff, that also known as Certified Ethical Hacker, but you get Certified Ethical Hacker Master if you complete the practical exam. But there were some situations where you get this, as a part of this training, you would receive multiple choice questions, Certified Ethical Hacker program. And then if you pass with flying colors, let's say 98%, 99% or 100%, then EC Council has offered free or discounted exam voucher. Some people, I think, got free exam voucher to do Certified Ethical Hacker Master. Some people got about 80% discount, 50% discount, depending on your score. Many students of ours, they got this, you know, uh, the certification. I mean, the exam voucher to do practical. Okay, so that is the Certified Ethical Hacker, course that I want to be covering. I mean, we will be covering during the 5 days. So it will be 40 hours course, 5 days. Every day we will be covering about 4 modules. So typically, first day we will be covering 4 modules, but second day, day 2, typically we will be covering 3 modules because we have lengthier module called system hacking. So that is the longest module during the course. There we will be talking about hacking Windows systems, Linux systems, Metasploit framework, which is exploitation framework. It will be very, very, exciting. And then we'll be talking about the third day. There will be again 4 modules: malware threat sniffing, social engineering, and denial of service. And the third day we will be talking about uh, the denial of service, cryptography, and evading IDS firewalls. And the fourth day is going to be web day. I mean, we are talking about all type of attacks related to web because that is very, very common attack these days. So we'll be talking about hacking web servers, hacking web applications, session hijacking, SQL injection on the day 4. And fifth day, typically we will be covering 4 or 5 modules because there are a smaller 2 modules called IoT and OT hacking and cloud computing. So typically 18th and 19th module, even you can, read through and get the understanding because when it comes to exam, in my experience, I have seen limited number of questions asked from these two, but other, especially the system hacking, sniffing, those are some other, like favorite modules for EC Council to ask questions, right? So these are the areas that we will be, covering during the session. So if you look at Certified Ethical Hacker Lite, you will get basic stuff. And if you go to Certified Ethical Hacker Pro, you will get 3 exam attempts. So if you fail on it will never happen. It will very rarely happening with our training. So if you didn't pass, then there are 2 more attempts to take the exam, and there is no time duration that you would have to wait to take second or third attempt. Like now, let's say if you fail on the first attempt, then next day you can schedule and take the exam again. Okay, so likewise, you can do that. But guys, the Pro Pack will not, and also you can access to certain videos, but the Pro Pack will not come with uh, remote proctoring for all 3 attempts, right? As EC Council Lite package, a Pro package comes with everything that has in Lite plus 2 more attempts to exam, but only 1 attempt you will get a remote proctoring service. If you fail on the first one, then there will be a small payment that you need to do, I think about $20 to enable remote proctoring service. It's an additional service because if you fail on the first one, only you have to pay $20 to get the second attempt. If you fail that, the third attempt, again, you have to pay $20 for the uh, remote proctoring because there will be someone proctor, not someone, proctor, certified proctor will be connected through remotely, and then he will be monitoring or proctoring throughout the exam. And if you obtain Elite one, that is the highest one, which you will get lots of additional features. Mainly, you will get 5 attempts to Certified Ethical Hacker exam. You don't need 5 attempts, but if you take Elite one, you will get 5 attempts, but only 1 attempt covered with uh, remote proctoring. Other 4, every time if you want to attempt, you will have to pay proctoring fee. As I remember, it's $20 each access. And also not only that, you will get EC Council lab access. Okay, so EC Council has their own web-based lab access, but what we offer is our own hosted labs in Syscare Cloud, right? So whenever you enable your course material. So I'll show you what you would get as a course material. So this one is my set of slides. So I'll be taking you through these modules: introduction to ethical hacking, and then we'll be talking about footprinting and reconnaissance techniques, and then we'll be The footprinting and reconnaissance technique is your, looking for information and then scanning networks, for example. So we can use, I'll show you, little couple of stuff. Let me just go open up my Google here, right? So this is my Google page, and there are, ways that we can use Google to effectively search some information that we will be looking for, right? So I'll go show you a couple of stuff. Now, let's say, if you remember a couple of years back, couple of years ago, there were constant attack targeting government websites in Sri Lanka, and many websites were hacked. And how someone know all the websites that are owned by the government? How? There are ways that we can find out, right? So especially even you can use Google to find out. So in Google, something called special Google syntax. For example, I'm going to say in URL, that is, I'm asking Google only to concentrate on the URL, and then I'm going to say I need gov.lk, because every government website is has this URL gov.lk, government of Sri Lanka. So if I search for it, I will only be listed with Sri Lankan government website. So here you see gov.lk, and then DGI gov.lk, ETA gov.lk. So you would see, right? So there are, like 2.9 million websites and sub webs started off with gov.lk. It's easy, right? So that's how somebody can find out. So only thing is you need to know these, known as Google Docs. And let's say you want to find something like, let's say here, if I show you, this is the URL, guys. This is the URL or web link or web address. And then this one is known as title. So in this case, my title is, let me just try to find out, the title is Akunatex Reports. And here, if I go to, my title is web check, right? Now, let's say if you want to find something called applications. So then I can say in title applications. So when you do that, you could see all the pages with the page title is application is listed here. So you can see that, right? So this is the application. And then if you go to the second one, you can see online ETA application, right? So this is again application. So if you go in there, you could see online ETA application. So likewise, all the websites are listed here as well. So let's say you want to download a form. You want to download a form that has, form with, let's say, PDF. You want to download PDF form. So I can do that as well. So here I'm going to say in Sri Lanka. So now I can, consolidate these statements in URL gov.lk, meaning all government websites, and the titles are application. And then I can specify file type, let's say PDF. So now I'm only looking for PDF uh, a document. So if I click on that, it'll take me to PDF application. So here you see, this is the PDF. So same method, so same trick can use to find out various file types. For example, if you want to find a movie, if you want to find PowerPoint presentations, and if you want to find Excel, so anything can be found quite easily using this method. So I hope you understand. So that is what we can do, and that is what they have done in order to launch these attacks for various like organizations, right? So then they can search for it as well. Now, next thing is, now let's go to another website to see, right? So let's say in Sri Lanka we've got this paper, the island. Let's say Sri Lanka. And if I go to the island, all right, so you are looking for something, right? So in island, so you are searching for, let's say, racing. So I can search here. There's a search bar, racing. So I'm searching for racing, and then within the website. So I'm talking about the island, and if you go to racing, so those are the findings for racing within that. But this is not very user friendly, because we used to use something like Google. All right. So can we use Google only to search within island newspaper? How can we do that? So I'm going to do a small trick here. I'm going to copy the URL like this, and then I'm going to go to Google, and then I'm going to say site. So I want Google to be limited only this particular site, and then I'm going to be searching for racing. Now Google knows Google can only search within Ireland. Now you see every search here limited to Ireland, right? Island newspaper. So then what I'm doing here is I'm using Google capability to search somewhere, this particular website. So Google is limited to this search. Now I found about 9,910 results within the island using Google, right? So now you can see, and also the same way, if you want to find for, different, let's say the passwords. So anything of that sort, you can find out here as well, right? So for example, I'm going to search for, uh, let's say a specific, very combine Google Docs, something like this. If you search for it, let me just, I think I've done, let's say this one. Let me just copy, right? So there are a number of similar kind of uh, docs can be used. This is known as Google Docs. Let me just search for this one. There are docs that you can build, right? So for an example, if I search for it, I can even download some of the sheets with username and password. Let's download one of the sheets. Let's say this one. Um, right, let me just download it. It's done. I'm going to open it up now. So these are actually some of the interesting information that are stored in websites. So we will discuss in greater detail about those. Sorry, I think something to do with my uh, Excel. So this will, let me just open it again. I'll try to open it. I think I had some issues with my Excel. Otherwise, the best way is, yeah, now he has used it, right? So now you see this particular email ID and the unique code, or the password for different kind of events, right? And also if I search for a specific, you know, uh, here, let me just go to this one. So likewise, you can collect lots of information just using Google. We'll take you through all this, and if we go in there, you can see there are passwords stored in the text format in various WordPress websites. So here you see it's a WordPress administrator password is this, and this URL admin password is. So likewise, you can find so many websites that has passwords exposed like this. Here you see another login password here. So it's like, Google is so capable, and then we are using bit of Google capabilities to find what we want here. Okay, here you see some database passwords, right? So the username and password for this particular URL. And also if you want to find out some of the, uh, you know, uh, websites with the login information, that also can be easily found here as well. So here, for example, if I go in there, it's a device. Sorry, it's down, I think, for the as of now. Here you see, right? So the anytime, anywhere, IP surveillance, and even you can build. I'll show you how you can build your own Google Docs as well. This will have lots of different modules: scanning networks, enumeration, vulnerability analysis, and system hacking, malware threats, sniffing. And if you don't know, just that's fine. Don't worry about it. I will take you through in greater detail every module. And then along with that, you will get lab manual. So you can see every module comes with this lab manual. So it will show you step-by-step guide as to how to perform this lab. So pretty much you don't have to even consult anyone, because this lab module has comprehensive guideline to perform your lab. Right? For example, this is the module 2, footprinting and reconnaissance, and it will give you a bit of lab scenario. It's a real world lab scenarios. And also, if you go in there, you will get the lab environment that we prepared for you. And then the lab duration is 220 minutes. And then you will be performing these labs one by one. The first one is perform footprinting through search engines. One of the searching that I've demonstrated. Similarly, there are a range of labs we will be covering like this. And if you look at scanning networks, you will get a set of labs like this, right? And then module 4 enumeration, you will be taking through all these labs, right? And then if you go to vulnerability analysis, then you will have these labs as well. The lab environment, guys, and here you can see there is a Hyper-V machine running. I mean Hyper-V server. So probably you can find a shortcut here. If not, you will have to go to server manager, or you can search Hyper-V. So in this case, I'm going to click on this one and then go to server manager, and then you go to tools and you can go to Hyper-V manager. So in Hyper-V manager, you can find a list of labs that you will be using during the session, including Windows 2012-22 server, 2092 server, Windows 11, Ubuntu PC, router, remote parrot security, and Android emulator. So those are the the uh, systems that we're going to be using during the lab manual. So whenever we complete any of the modules, I will ask you to complete a couple of labs, right, to get the hands of it. So how the training is designed is uh, we will be talking, explaining, demonstrating about 50% of the time, and little bit more like 60% with my demonstrations, because every module I have set of demonstrations to make the facts and delivery clear. So when that happens, when I complete that, and then after the module, I will ask you to do a couple of labs. So then you will have to connect to your lab environment, and then you will have to perform the lab according to the guide given here. So here, if you see the lab guide, if let's say if it is hacking web applications, and then you need to go here and then perform the labs accordingly, right? So this is how you need to do the lab. So let's say if I ask you to do the first and second lab, so you just go there, and then you need to turn on the machines that are required for the lab environment, and then you can perform the lab duration 65 minutes. The task one is this one. So it will show you turn on Windows 2019 server and the parrot security. You notice in our lab environment, you got these two machines, and we will be providing you credentials to access this machine. And then it will say switch to Parrot Security Virtual Machine and enter the password and the perform who is lookup, for example. So it will give you comprehensive guideline or guide to perform your lab. And then after that, we will discuss. And if you have questions, then you can ask me questions. And then we can, we can have clear understanding of each module. So that's how it is designed, guys. So I hope it is clear. I think I covered entire area of, as an orientation, I took you through the course materials, how to enable them, the difference between certified ethical hacker programs, and what are the benefits and all that, and especially certifying or obtaining certified ethical hacker program will open up possibilities to the next level. Okay, so you can definitely, if you want to start your career, and the moment you have this, the qualification, it will be really, really useful if you want to start, or if you want to join for a company, and it'll, upgrade your value in all the areas. Because the reason is certified ethical hacker is a unique course. And there are so many other courses as well. From offensive security, there are courses, and also CompTIA, they have similar courses, but no one covers both hands-on and conceptual, both in a same course, right? So then, for example, if you look at various other certifications, I don't want to sort of, remind here since we are recording this video. Because I'm attached to some other certification bodies as well. So I don't want to degrade anything, but to be honest, certified ethical hacker program will give you solid foundation to go to next step. But I'm not, I mean, I mean, it doesn't mean that you will become a ethical hacker. I mean, you will become ethical hacker by title, but in order to go to that level, you need to have, you know, very good commitment, and you need to spend some time regularly every day to research and test different tools, because in this course we have nearly, I mean, more than 2,000 new tools, and I will not be able to take you through all 2000 uh, tools. And also, if you see here, the number of slides are over 2000. So, you know, in my experience, I'm not going to take you through slide by slide. If you calculate, I will only be do I'll only be taking you through slide by slide if I do so. But I will be covering in everything within the course material, but in a different way. It's not, you know, reading slide. Otherwise, it will become a reading slides. Okay, so as I said before, you know, it's a really good course, and you have made the correct choice, because then you will get the conceptual knowledge and hands-on knowledge at the same time, and have many students of ours that completely change their career to cybersecurity, and they are working with very much, I mean, high reputed companies now today, and you know, having really good roles like cybersecurity analysts, security engineers, working with real world scenarios, and you know, and some people got you know, different responsibilities after they clear it. But everything comes with your dedication too. You have to concentrate and dedicate to the course, and also spend some time every day, about 1 or 2 hours, at least 1 hour, to understand the concepts. Plus, try out the labs. And Syscare provides, I think, I think 3 months or more than that, I think, the labs, and then you can do these labs any number of times that you would like. And then even if you messed up, so you can call our team to ask to reset the labs, so they will be able to revert it, and then you can do it again. Okay, so then do it, and you can do lots of you know, practicals, and by doing so you can become an ethical hacker, right? I mean, not only qualified ethical hacker. Qualification is something when you pass the exam, but what matters is your knowledge. Then you will gain lots of knowledge out of this one. And also, thank you very much for your time today. It's a just orientation, and this video will be available for you if you want to revisit it. All right, so then hope to see you with the real training, and have a very good day, and see you soon. Thanks.